Good morning, students. I welcome you back to our English class of today. I'm extremely happy to see your first home test, and almost all of you have done it very well. I don't know how you have written it. You have written it on your own, or you have referred to the book, that I do not know, but your overall performance of yours is extremely good. I was really happy. Maybe when you hear the word exam, teachers, sitting in separate places and writing, all this may be just frightening you, and that is the reason why you have not done well in the classroom. I do not know, but anyway, your performance is, I'm very well satisfied with it. And you may get your papers within 1 or 2 days. You have been valuing it, and hope you are doing fine at home and preparing your lessons also at home. And prepare your lessons and clear off your doubts as and when you feel like clearing it off. Right? Children, on that day, I have given you a homework. But in the next class, I just did not ask you anything about it. I will complete I'll tell you the correct answer of it, and after that we will proceed to the class. Right? And your homework that I have given in page number is 71. Hope you have done it. I will just read it out and correct your answer. So page number 71. Go through the lesson and spot the words which mean the same as the following. You have to go through the lesson and write it. I don't know whether you have gone through or not. Anyway, it is my duty to say it. Whether you are obeying or not is up to you. Right? Profession, first paragraph it is career, sorrowful, gloomy, decency, nobility, destiny, fate, hijacked, commanded, motivation, encouragement, serious, severe, significant, important. Now go through the lesson and spot the words opposite to the meaning of the following. This also I have asked you to do it. Rare, prevalent, primitive, sophisticated, fiction, fact, fearful, interpret, benign, malignant, diffidence, confidence, boredom, recreation, criticize, appreciate. I don't know how many of you have done it of your own. Whether you have done it correctly or not, I do not know. Then take that exercise, that D. Fill in the blanks with the words given in bracket. Profound, amusement, confidence, agony, solace, interpret, disfigured, perforated. First one, theatrical, place where the main source of amusement before the advent of television. Second one, the intrepid warriors of the Spartan army marched into battle against a powerful enemy. The agony of parents finally came to an end when their lost child was found with the help of police. Social media has brought about a profound impact on the lives of millennials. The tires of the car got perforated when the vehicle rolled over the rusted nails scattered on the road. Thomas Alva Edison did not lose his confidence even after facing a series of experimental failures in his quest to discover tungsten. Many victims of the pipeline explosion in an oil refinery were left permanently disfigured. The old lady found solace in the company of the children in the neighborhood. The next one. Form a phrase with each of the following pairs of nouns given below. It is just like a blending of words. Here is an example from the lesson. Fiber plus tissue. Fibrous tissue. Muscle plus pain. Muscular pain. Skeleton plus system. Skeletal system. Nerve plus disorder. Nervous disorder. Digestion plus enzymes. Digestive enzymes. Write it, children. Surgery plus instruments. Surgical instruments. Agony plus experience. Agonizing experience. Glory plus victory. Glorious victory. Fancy plus idea. Fanciful idea. Emotion plus song. Emotional song. Sense plus issue. Sensitive issue. Now, spot the errors in the following sentences and rewrite them correctly. And in the error spotting of what is asked for the test, the last three, you have done it correctly, almost all. But the second one, most of you have committed mistake there. I don't know whether you did not understand or not. One of the brothers, that is the answer. One of the brothers. So many brothers are there. Among that, one. One of the brothers. So you have written one of the brother. Something like that. Right. My grandfather is well known in the village for his noble deeds. There the error is, spelling of noble is N-O-B-L-E. Second one. I had my evening meals in a restaurant near my office. Evening meal we call it as dinner. The boss had full confidence on his manager for successful completion of the project. So the boss had full confidence in. After the complicated surgery, the patient hoped of complete recovery. Hope for. The new health care scheme announced by the government will bring relief to the children suffering with acute tuberculosis. Suffering from. In spite of his poverty and setbacks, he was able to launch his dream career. Spelling C-A-R-E-E-R. Right? Then the remaining exercises and that grammatical items, I feel that when we come to class, it will be more effective than teaching through the online. That's why I'm just skipping some of the exercise part. Don't think that I'm omitting everything, but I feel that it will be better if I teach you face to face, not through online, right? Now, let us come back to the lesson, that non-detailed item, the hour of truth. I told you, I have given you the gist. We are towards the end. Have you gone through the things that I have completed? Can you follow it? Any doubt in it? It will be just dragging on, yes, okay, all these things, and it is going pages after pages. But the gist I have given you. Now, Robert Baldwin, the head of the family, who is working in the Bank of Gresham, and Martha, his wife, and John, his son, Evie, daughter. Donovan is the one who just got a job in the same bank where Robert Baldwin works, and he got married thinking that his life will be safe. But now he is in trouble. And Gresham is the owner of that bank where Robert Baldwin and Donovan works. Marshall is the secretary of the Third National Bank, And all the private banks are under the control of this Third National Bank, right? The Third National. Third National Bank. Now, we have come up to when they came, Robert Baldwin just returned after meeting Gresham, who was under the custody, police custody. And as soon as they entered, everybody was very curious to ask what he has told. And he said, he asked me to say, I don't remember when difficult questions were asked. And at once everybody says, no, it is not possible. How could you say that I don't remember when you know the things? And after that, slowly Robert Baldwin says that he is ready to give $100,000. When the family members heard that it is a great sum, lump sum of money there, he is ready to give, each one has their own way of escapism, and just coaxed him to accept the money, right? And Martha said that it is not fair on your part to send your old friend to jail. After all, he is your old friend. You have been there together for the past 35 years. Now, it is not correct on your part. When you can do it, you have to do it. It is your duty, since he is your friend. And more than that, he is the one who is christening your son on the day of baptism. He is in that Catholic, this thing, there is one Godfather and Godmother will be there. No? He was just acting as a Godfather. So on the day of his christening, you have just gone to the extent of naming him as John. His name, John Gresham Baldwin. Now, how could you send your son, the person who has your son's name into jail? It is just equal to sending your son to jail. This is the argument of Martha. And just take it as a low salary that you have got so far. Just a compensation of that low salary you have been getting, Just think in that way, because no depositors are losing the money. No one is losing the money. So can't you take it as don't think that it is a bribe. Just accept it as a real salary, that's all. And it is a reward for your faithfulness. You have been working here for 35 years for a low salary. Now, you have never complained. Now he is ready to give it. Get it. Evie says, you are the only witness who is there. You have to say only 3 words. I don't remember. What is there after all? So, get the money. Don't think that it is a bribe. Now, John is of the opinion that he is very correct. Your Gresham is very correct in giving you the money, because you have been getting low salary. That is one thing. Now, nobody is losing the money. Not the depositors, not the owner, Gresham. So, it will be a benefit to you also. So, just accept the money. Now, all the members of the family is just pushing him to accept the money. The 3 were supporting John Gresham to accept the money, bribe. Not bribe it is, he says it is a compensation of your salary. Now, there is a saying, if 5 people says lie together, it will become truth. Just like that. These 3 people just pestered him like anything. Just like brainwashing. So he doesn't know what to do. He gets confused. He has his own principles in his life. He has been living an honest life in this world, loyalty. But now, see, these three people from the three sides, they are pushing. He doesn't know to take a proper decision. His honesty is put to a severe test. He has been tested severely. You can just imagine a person who is very honest, who wishes to live an honest life in this world, all on a sudden, by his own family people, he is just pushed to become dishonest. See the mental torture of this Robert Baldwin at this moment. He, in a certain stage, at a certain stage, he lost his temper, and just he calls them liars, hypocrites, cheats. See, his conscience is pricking him like anything, and he calls them hypocrites, cheats, liars, all these people. He was on the verge of acting against his will. He is forced to get the money, and he is at the verge of accepting the money. He thinks that anyway it is my wife, my son, my child. I have to live with them for the rest of my life maybe. So I have to just listen to them. I have to get it. So he has gone to that extent to live a dishonest life. Let it be here in this side. Now in that Gresham's side, what is happening? He is under the police custody, I told you. There, he knows very well that Robert Baldwin will never obey what he has said. He will be honest in his dealings. So he just felt shame for asking him to say, I don't remember. He thought, maybe throughout night he might have thinking. So he thought, there is no way to escape other than confessing my guilt in the court. So he has decided like that. And the next day, he just confessed his crime to the law. Because he has no doubt about Robert Baldwin's honesty. He will never be dishonest in his life, he thought. He even felt a little shame for asking him to say, I don't remember. I just asked a question. I have been a friend to him for 35 years without knowing him. Even after that, I just asked him to say that. So he felt a little shame for it. So he reveals all the things that has happened in the bank to that Mr. Marshall. Mr. Marshall, I told you, he is the secretary of the Third National Bank. He told everything. I just asked Robert Baldwin to say just 3 words, and I am ready to give this much money as bribe. Even after that, he is not ready to accept the money, and he did not support me. He did not come forward to say, I don't remember. So all these things, he confessed his guilt to Mr. Marshall. Mr. Marshall heard all these things, right? After giving this much of amount, even after giving this much of amount, he is not ready to accept it. He wanted to be honest. He wanted to live an honest life. So he really appreciated him. And straight away he ran towards Robert Baldwin's home, right? The other side. So he was rushing to Robert Baldwin's home. As soon as he came in, all the family members were just trying to move and escape from that situation. And Mr. Marshall told them to be there. So let them be also there. And he appreciated Robert Baldwin very much. He appreciated him like anything. And he said, I came to know about all these things. Mr. Gresham has told me everything. Now I really appreciate this man's honesty, Robert Baldwin's honesty. And he said one more thing, because of his honesty, I'm going to give a job in the Third National Bank. So he is going to get a job in the Third National Bank, since this bank is wreck. Where he is working now is wreck. So everybody of the family felt ashamed at that moment, right? And here Robert Baldwin's honesty is now saved. Mr. Marshall was very much pleased about the attitude of Robert Baldwin, and he has gone to the extent of giving a job in the Third National Bank. So it is a pleasant surprise to everyone of the family. So truth alone triumphs. We must have heard about this proverb, truth alone triumphs. Very often we come across this type of situations in our life, but easily we will just give away, just turn out to be a dishonest people in our life. Money or something else, maybe silly matters, right? But see that Robert Baldwin's honesty, even after the pressure given by the three members of the family, he decided to be honest. He called them hypocrites, cheats, right? Everyone felt ashamed when Marshall praised him like anything. And with that, the story ends. The theme of the story is, I told you, it highlights the greed of human people, man, from different point of view. Man's greed towards things, right? That is one point. It also highlights the corruptive influence of money on people. The corruptive influence of money on people, and shows how people can forget the moral values when money is close by. That is what is happening everywhere. So many corruptions and evils were there, prevailing in our society because of the influence of money, right? If you go to an office, maybe village office or whatever it is, if you want to get one thing, one favor from there, maybe it is not a legal one, they give some money, okay, the thing will be solved. So everywhere, not only in one office, almost all the offices, you could see it very well. From one table to another, if you want to move a file, you have to give money. That is the situation in which we are now. Among this, there are few people like our Robert Baldwin also. But these people find it very difficult to have their existence in that field, office where they are working. This type of people find it very difficult to survive there. If they wanted to live an honest life there, it is not at all possible. How to change this? Students, try your level to change the society in your period, right? So the corruptive influence of money on people and is highlighted in this story. How people are changing when money is nearby. Right? Some people all on a sudden they might have become very rich. When they were poor, they will have consideration for others. They have love towards others. But when they become rich, they forget their past. They are ready to do all the unwanted things, dishonest things, disloyal things in their life. Right? So that is highlighted by Percival Wilde through this one-act play. Another one value which is highlighted in this story is optimistically, good gets rewarded. Good always gets its reward. Maybe he is undergoing some tortures, torments in between, but his honesty is rewarded at the end. So good gets rewarded, whereas bad gets punished. In our day-to-day life also, sometimes we may think that outwardly that what punishment he has got, he is living a luxurious life, or this, that, all this thing we will say. But truth always triumphs. Good gets rewarded and evil gets punished. These are the values which is highlighted in the story, right? Children, just go through it and I hope that you will easily understand it and find out the minor details if anything is missed. Almost I have touched all the points. Just read it once, you will understand it, right? And take your book, one or two things that we have to do at in page number 106, there is one exercise. Rearrange the following sentences in a meaningful sequence and write the summary of the play. This you have to do it as homework and I will read it in the next class, right? Now, in page number 109, idiom. Idiom is an expression in English language that has a special meaning of its own. It cannot be understood from the meanings of the individual words, right? See, I told you last year, I think, put off. Put off. Due to the strike, the meeting was put off, postponed. So, but the word put off, it has some other meaning. So, idiom is an expression in English that has special meaning of its own. Put off. Put out. The fire engine puts out the fire. Extinguish. Put on. Wear. W-E-A-R. My mother asked me to put on the new dress on my birthday. Put on. Hope you understand, right? So, idiom. Here are few idioms that you came across in the play you have just read. For example, I told him he would have to make good. The idiom to make good means to compensate for the wrong doing. So, to make good means compensate the wrongdoing. Right. Now, match the idiom under column A with their meanings in column B. Save one's skin, make both ends meet, a bolt out of the clear sky, go to grave, have a whip hand, under a cloud. Save one's skin, meaning I tried my level best to save his skin from that problem. Hope you understand. To save one's skin. So, to protect oneself from difficulty. Make both ends meet. My father works very hard from morning till night to make both ends meet. What is the meaning of meet? Manage one's expenses within one's income. Managing your expenses within the income. Living within the income. So he works hard to make both ends meet. Right. Bolt out of the clear sky. The arrival of my brother from abroad is like a bolt out of the clear sky. What do you mean? Bolt out of the clear sky. You will never see a bolt from the sky. Unexpected happening, incident. A sudden, unexpected event or news. Go to grave. Go to grave. What do you mean by going to grave? Going to grave to exit the world, right? Have a whip hand. Have a whip hand. We were discussing about the matter, but one of the person who was there in the meeting, he took the whip hand and did the remaining works. What is the taking a whip hand to be the most powerful? Under a cloud. Under a cloud, viewed with suspicion and distrust. Understood, children? So we can wind up this one, and now first 3 units we have completed. Hope you have understood it. Only 1 unit we have written a test. So next test, I'll be, if there is a test, if they ask me to settle the question, the portion will be the completed 3 units together, right? First unit just you revise it, that will do. Second unit and the third unit. First 3 units together, prose, poem and non-detailed. So what you have to do is, don't think that it is English only, we don't have to study anything. That we are sitting at home and just copying it. Some students, very funny students. I was laughing like anything. They don't have the curiosity or likeness, intention, even to refer to the books once. Right? They have written just one among the option for synonyms and antonyms. Without having any interest, they have just written. But most of you have done it well. I don't know whether you have done it of your own or copied, or I do not know that, but the performances of overall performance is very good. I was really happy. Maybe during the lockdown period you are at home, and sometimes you may have a change of attitude, a change of heart, or you have decided to do your work sincerely and honestly. I do not know what is that, but I am very happy about it if it is done by you. If it is not done by you, I am not responsible. Anyway, prepare it, okay? Second prose, second poem, second non-detailed, third prose, third poem, third non-detailed. All these things you have to complete, right? Then and there, read it and prepare it. Now, let us go to the next. Next prose lesson, unit 4, the summit. It is written by Edmund Hillary. Written by Edmund Hillary. The summit. Right? Have you heard of this Edmund Hillary before? See, Tenzing and Hillary are the people who just climbed up the Mount Everest. The first persons to reach that Everest, right? Right. Now children, what I have said, you might be listening and follow it up, and meet you in the next class. Till then, bye children. More class.